Матч Барселоны, но зато интересно, конечно, болельщикам. В последние дни прошлого года, в первые дни этого года, что не игра, то событие. Ну, а помимо событий, Цельте сейчас очень нужны очки. Команда Хуана Карлоса Унсуэ в этом сезоне ни разу не выигрывала дважды подряд, и сейчас она на 14 месте, имеет 21 очко и на 6 очков всего лишь опережая зону вылета. Ну, при этом, например, на 6 очков у Цельте отстает и от Эйбора, который на 7-м месте в таблице на данный момент. Составы команд Цельта в воротах Рубен Бланко, 13 номер, в обороне справа капитан команды Уго Майо, второй, в центре Густаво Кабраль, 22-й, и Факундо Ранкари сегодня выходит достаточно неожиданно с первых минут. У него 24-й номер, и это его второе появление в старте в этом сезоне. Впервые Ранкари еще летом играл с первых минут в матче против Бетиса во втором туре. Эта игра состоялась. Цельта, кстати, проиграл 1-2. Тот матч Йони Кастро, 19-й, играет слева. В полузащите Даниэль Вас, 8 позиций. Также в полузащите Пабло Эрнандес, 8 номер. И в атаке Яго Аспас, 10-й, Макси Гомес, 7-й, Пионисисто, 11-й, Хуан Карлос Унсуэ, главный тренер Цельты. Состав гостей: Калер Навас в воротах, 1 номер. В обороне справа Ашраф Хакими, 19-й. В центре Рафаэль Варан, 5-й, и Начо Фернандес, 6-й. Слева капитан команды Марсело, 12-й. В полузащите Лука Модрич, 10-й, Казимира, 14-й, Тони Кросс, 8-й, под нападающими Иско, 22-й, и два форварда: Cristiano Ronaldo, 7-й, Гарeth Бейл сегодня выходит в стартовом составе, у него 11-й номер. Бейл в 5-м туре прошлого. Модрич, передача в свободную зону с пугающей частотой. Эти самые свободные зоны в начале матча возникают в обороне Цельты. Еще один эпизод. Завершается он теперь уже ударом по воротам. Бейл дает пас Роналду.
Keeps it in play, finds Tuco Hernandez. Lovely footwork to get away from Casemiro. Now Maxi. Aspas. And brilliant defending by Nacho. Just didn't quite fall right for Yago Aspas there. Nacho.
Equivalent for Celta is they need to see, as we look at that channel where Aspas was perfectly.
Instead, he feeds it back to Pionisisto. Still Sisto, given a little bit of time on the ball by Madrid. Flicks it to the other wing where Ugo Mayo waits. Mayo's cross comes in off the woodwork. Tremendous opportunity from Yago Aspas. First time on the near post. Brilliant ball in from Ugo Mayo. And Aspas, well, I was going to say first blood. First almost blood. Brilliant ball in from, look at Aspas's movement.
The first thing is his movement, and the second thing to say is Varane is reacting by the time it's too late. That's the second time he's been in a channel. His technique with the volley is near perfect because it goes exactly where he's directed to. It's simply his body shape. If he can twist his body 1/4 turn more, that perfect volley puts it top corner.
Well, you said perfect volley. That is the Hernandez who got a touch to it. It falls to Marcelo. Under pressure from Aspas and Mayo, headed back in. Ronaldo there.
Now,
and
the flag goes up, but that is absolutely brilliant because he has to put his body in front of Ronaldo.
Wants to take it quickly.
This is the Varane header, and the linesman's got it right again. It's the second time, different linesman.
Isco, first time to Luka Modric again. Casemiro, going to try a shot. Oh, that was on target.
Absolutely sensational. That's why he tells them to. That's why they practice over and over again. That's why they're given liberty, as you pointed out, to shoot from distance. Listen, Casemiro made a big habit of scoring from these last season, including in the Champions League final. And that was going to be a spectacular goal until Ruben did his job.
Corner for Real Madrid. Castro, who gives it in turn to Luka Modric. Johnny again. This time he finds Aspas. And Daniel Was is through. Can he keep his head? He looks for an option to the left. Chips the keeper. 1-0 to Celta. That is pure caviar from Daniel Was, giving a masterclass in counter-attacking football against the masters of the genre. It's 1-0 to Celta Vigo.
Daniel, I take my criticism back. I'd like to restate my comparison with Luka Modric. The pass is superb, and to make beauty out of chaos before we even look at Daniel Vaz is something that will define this first half, because the play was scrappy in midfield. and it was, before Aspas releases this pass, it was the fact that the number of bodies that Madrid had forward couldn't win the ball, couldn't keep the ball. Nacho was drawn wildly out of position. Marcelo, we just take for granted, won't be there. And as the ball comes in, the Dane knows he's not going to win the race. And therefore you have to turn the spotlight on Kehler, who in coming out so far needs to probably go sweeper-keeper and one-on-one, because Vas, having decided that he's not going to beat Nacho in the race to the goal, sees Kehler's position. Okay, the technique's beautiful, but it's the taking honey from chaos, the pass that finds Vas and his choice.
He lost his chance. Oh, lovely footwork from the big German. Bale making a run. Bale with the pace. The keeper stays back. Bale gets the equaliser. That's what Gareth Bale is so brilliant at. Trademark stuff from the Welshman. And 2 minutes later, Real Madrid are right back into it.
Sensational. He's done what Benzema hasn't been doing all season. Finds the space, times the run. Cruz's pass is brilliant, but when we post-analyse this, and particularly when Louis does, this dive from Maxi Gomez, and I was about to say to you, but the play meant that we had to carry on. It's a bookable offence. Latre should have booked him, but the punishment doesn't come in terms of a sanction. It comes in the form of a lovely shuffle by Cruz, which meant that he was free of his marker without even having to touch the ball. That's what good body position does. Bale's timing, Bale's confidence off that absolute wand of a left foot. Beautiful goal. And
to Isco, who made a run unseen by Cruz just a moment ago. Has a look. Side foots it in. It's in the back of the net from Gareth Bale. And the flag has stayed down. 2-1 to Real Madrid. This is Gareth Bale's evening. We saw him score one of the best goals of the season the last time he came north in Anoeta against Real Sociedad. And he's got 2 in 3 minutes here in Balaidos to stun the home crowd.
As good as we knew he was, that's movement and finishing that neither Cristiano Ronaldo nor Leo Messi would reject. There will be pedants who say that his shoulders, the top half of his body, and the rule says if your head is offside, then that's a part of your body you can score with, and therefore probably the assistant referee has got that wrong. But it's by such a minimal distance that human error comes into it, and therefore the pass, the movement, the confidence, and this for a guy who's missed months of the season and who's shot.
It's a high one over the top to Aspas. Lovely control. He's taking on Nacho. Marcelo helping out. Still Aspas though, holding on to it brilliantly. Casemiro in with the challenge. Still Aspas. It falls to Johnny. Brilliant attempt. And with the hour about to come up, Celta have had their first real opportunity of the second half.
You know, it was grubby. Aspas took too many touches, got himself into trouble, and then produced a Messi trick. When he's down on the ground, instead of claiming for something, he's still hacking away at the ball to get it moving. And with that first touch, the referee's seen Maxi diving a couple of times, went against the striker getting any kind of decision there. Sleep at that corner. Yeah. Okay, Madrid didn't make much of it, but Celta still talking to each other, not looking at the ball. Criminal.
Isco with the cross in. It's well saved from Ronaldo by Ruben Blanco. The Portuguese nodding that one down, keeping on target and showing desire there to get the block in before Johnny could send it up the line. Yeah, it's Madrid and a bit scrappy there, but a chance for Celta on the break through Tuco Hernandez. Here's Aspas. Couldn't quite get the power that Johnny wanted. Aspas is there, goes down, and it's a penalty. Penalty given. Aspas asking for a card as well. Is brought down by Keylor Navas. And it's a yellow card.
It's the new FIFA rule whereby it has to be no attempt at all to play the ball, at which point it's a penalty and a red. What Aspas is legitimately saying is, in what world was that any attempt to play the ball? It's a tight decision to see whether the 1-2 pass was onside. At this point, the local hero goes out, and the referee sees Navas's eyes looking down at the ball, trying to go for the ball. He's given the huge benefit of doubt to the Costa Rican. Most referees will say that remains a red card.
Yeah, I have to say I agree with you. First of all, no offside in either of the 2 passes from that first view we've had of the replay. Now the pressure on Iago Aspas. and Keylor Navas. The fans chanting the famous chant, "That's the way Real Madrid win." I think we can more or less translate it as that. It's Aspas against Keylor Navas. Aspas steps up, and it's a brilliant save from Keylor Navas. Aspas putting it exactly where he put his last penalty. Bit of a let-off for Real Madrid.
Maybe this is just Monday morning quarterbacking, but in the run-up, it never looked like he was confident. He didn't reach the ball near enough to give it the power that was required. Keylor
From the Brazilian by Hernandez. Lobovka finding Aspas to Was. This is better. Maxi Gomez! 2-2. Was with the cross. Maxi Gomez with the equaliser. Aren't you glad you stayed in La Liga now, Maxi?
For all the changes that Zidane thought he was going to bring tightness and order and pressing, the time available for the cross, the perfection to which that ball in was used, when the distribution into the box by Aspas and by Vas during the game has been third-rate. Real Madrid did exactly the opposite of what Zidane has been asking them to do. The ball is won here cleanly, and the referee, I think, has the right to say that's a 50-50 challenge. And as it comes wide, there's a total lack of coverage. Marcelo is nowhere, and Vas, faced by a wall of black shirts, sees the run of the Argentinian. It's a perfect ball, slight spin to take it into the path of Maxi. No chance for Keylor. If the penalty had been tucked away, the champions right now would be looking at defeat.
Well, it's 2-2. There's 7.5 minutes left on the clock. Anything can happen here.